Hello class, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Ma'am Allen Shane and we will talk about accounting. So I would like to welcome you all, especially those future certified public accountants, those students under the ABM strand of the senior high school, and all of the students or people who would like to know about accounting. So, in our today's topic, we will have these four lessons that we will be going to discuss. First is, why do we study accounting? Second, what knowledge is needed in the study of accounting? Third, the importance in keeping of business records, and also we will study both business and accounting. From the question, why do we study accounting? We study accounting because of this word. What is the word? Accountability. Accountability. We all know that people in all walks of life, whether it will be professional or non-professional, are living in an era of accountability. So in our setup, whether we like it or not, diba, we have to budget our food, we have to budget our clothing, the education of your children, and at the same time, the salaries, and the payment of electric bills or income taxes. So, yan yung situation when it comes in our daily or walks of life. So actually, nearly everyone practices accounting in one form of another every day. So even though other professionals, whether doctors, lawyers, engineers, teachers, so should have a knowledge in accounting. Because this study of accounting is a universal in existence. So next, what knowledge is needed in the study of accounting? So we have this first. First knowledge should be analytical ability. When we say analytical ability, it talks about our ability on how are we going to what? Analyze. Analyze what? Analyze transactions and situational requirements. So, and situational requirements or situational problems. So, before we will study, we should have this knowledge in analytical ability. When it talks about analytical ability, it is the analyzation of transactions and at the same time, situational problem requirements. So, as a beginner, so it is difficult for us to automatically understand, especially those debit and credit of the different accounts involved in the accounting. But as the time goes by, as we study, we already know how to analyze the different transactions and situational problems, especially in the business sector or in the business situation. Next is we have to have a stock knowledge in arithmetic. So when we say stock knowledge in arithmetic, we have to know the process of, I know you already know about this, the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So, I know, alam natin to, especially in our elementary days. So, we already study about this addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So, the reasons we are applied it in our future discussion. So, kaya sinasabi nila that accounting is about plus, minus, times, and divide. So we have to know the knowledge in arithmetic. Next is we have this psychological factor behind. What does it mean by psychological factor? When we say psychological factor, diba, all of us, many of the students, their impression in accounting is a very difficult subject. But if you are a student who has a determination and it is your greater goal to become a certified public accountant, you should have this psychological factor. That whatever happens, you have to say, I can do it. So you have to believe in yourself that whatever the situation is, you have to know that you can do it. Or, yes, I can. So, because in studying accounting, hindi lang kailangan ng analytical ability, stock knowledge in arithmetic, but also one factor or one knowledge na kailangan talaga is the psychological factor, that you believe in yourself, that you can do it. Next is we have to know the importance of keeping business records. So considering the volume of the day-to-day transactions of the business, so it is very difficult for us to rely only on our memory. So in keeping business records, makip natin siya as a diary. Diary about what? Diary that records all the activities for that day and even for a year. So, yan. So, that is why the keeping business record, we should consider it as a diary because it records all the activities for that day or even for a year. Also, the records, diba? We already recorded all the transactions. And the records that should be kept by the business is called the book of accounts. So, the record that should be kept by the business is called the books of accounts. So, it records that should be kept by the business is called books of accounts. And what has been recorded in books of accounts are data that are in financial character. And this book of accounts, because these are data in financial character and are processed and transformed into a report. And those report is called the financial statements. So, from the diary that we record all the activities for that, even for a day or even for a year, then those diary is called the book of accounts, which is the record that should be kept by the business. And those books of accounts has been processed and transformed into financial statements. And this financial statement is now the report. It is also a government requirement, especially the BIR, to have this report of financial statements. Then, now we have to study business and accounting. So, the primary motive of a person engaged in business is profit. So, why do businesses establish their business? Because they have to gain profit. And also, aside from having profit, is to also create job opportunities to other person. And what do accounting do in establishing the business. Accounting helps the proprietor, the partner, or the stockholders to know or to compute how much profit that his business makes. So that is why accounting is important in business, because business owners establish their business to get a profit. But how are we going to know the profit of the business? So we have to use accounting in order to help the proprietor for the sole proprietorship, the partners for the partnership, and the shareholders for the corporation to know how much profit that his business makes. So it is at this point that he needs the services of a person who is knowledgeable expert in the professional in this field. And the accountant enters into the picture in the world of the business. So that's it for this video. Hope you understand and why do we study accounting, the knowledge needed in accounting, the importance of business records and the business and accounting. So thank you so much for listening, and just wait for our next video for that we talk about what is an accountant. So thank you so much and goodbye, class.